Hey boss, I know that sometimes entrepreneurship can look like a total dream come true. Beautiful. But let's be real. Sometimes you end up in the fetal position on the floor crying because you can't figure out what your next move is. No, just me? Okay, great. But seriously, I have been at this entrepreneurship thing for almost 10 years, which is kind of crazy. My business model has changed quite a bit. And in the last year, we've had our biggest growth year ever in terms of team and revenue. And let me tell you, growth comes with growing pains, and it also comes with a lot of lessons. And the reason I wanted to make this video is to tell you and prepare you for some of the challenges that came as a total fun surprise for me, to make sure that you're ready for it, because you're gonna grow, but you also need to know what to expect along the way. So these are 8 challenges that every entrepreneur should expect and how to deal with them. Number 1, the challenge is unpredictability. It's just something that you need to think about when you're starting a business, because it is glorified to be an entrepreneur and live this laptop lifestyle and have that freedom. But the reality is you can work from anywhere at any time. That's awesome and it sounds super sexy and attractive, but the bad news is you can work from anywhere all the time. So there is no predictability in your schedule, and when you're just solo on your own, everything is on your shoulders, and it does get to be a lot. So knowing that your schedule is unpredictable, your pay is unpredictable, and it's really cool and great to be your own boss, but what happens when you don't know where your next client is coming from? Or for me, one of my biggest clients went bankrupt when I was first starting my consultancy, and I didn't know how I was going to pay rent that month. So understand that unpredictability is a big part of this. So what's the solution to this problem? The solution for this is lead generation. You have to have some way outside of word of mouth to generate leads. For me, the first thing that really worked for me to generate leads every single day without me having to put in time and effort and trading time for dollars on a daily basis was YouTube. So when I dove into YouTube and when I started using it in a way to build my business, I was getting email subscribers and customers all day, every single day. You can also use things like Facebook ads, Pinterest. There's so many things that you can do, but you have to know how you're going to be generating leads and clients for your business and sales for your business. You have to figure that part out. So that is the solution. Lead gen is so important. You cannot rely on word of mouth for the rest of your life. Number 2 is your dream team. So when I first started my business, I never wanted to have a team around me. I thought I could do this by myself for the rest of my life. And then you hit capacity and then you max out, because the reality is you can't grow as just one singular person. You can't do everything in your business on your own. You have to, and you're forced to when you're first getting started, and I totally get that, and I've been there, and it's great to learn it all because then you can outsource it better. But if you want your business to grow, you're eventually going to outgrow it all by yourself. So what I did, and one of the best solutions that I had, so this is the solution to creating your dream team. Even if you don't have the resources right now to create your dream team, what I want you to do is create a graph that looks like this. So it should have what I want to do, what I can't do, and what I shouldn't be doing. So what I want to do is content creation. What I want to do is build relationships. What I can't do is finances and bookkeeping. That is not my jam. I did it in the beginning, but it's not my jam. And what I shouldn't be doing are things like graphic design. Although I did all of those things to start out, now I've hired people to do them for me, and so I can more so stay in my genius zone. And believe me, this continues to happen. The more you grow, the more you realize, ooh, I probably shouldn't be doing that, or this person in my team is maxed out at their capacity, they shouldn't be doing that. So that's really solutions. Create that graph, and I would love for you to do it after you watch this video, because it will immediately make you feel less pressure and better about everything when you actually see it all mapped out, and then you realize what you probably should be hiring for first. My first hire was community management and really social media management, and that started as an intern position, and now, as most of you know, Ayla has been with me for the last couple of years and grown into a much bigger role. Step number 3 is sticking to a vision. This is a major challenge, especially in this day and age, especially with something that's an online business, because shiny object syndrome is a very real thing. It makes you feel like you could be doing this, or you could be doing this, or you should be doing this, or you should be doing that. And if you're not doing this, you're an idiot. And if you're not doing this, your business is never going to grow, because that's what you're being fed on a daily basis. So sticking to your vision means sticking to the thing that you're really good at and sticking to one business model until it succeeds. The amount of people that comment every single day on my videos and go, well, I want to start a business around this, but I also want to start a business around this. And I'm like, okay, wait, focus. Everyone, just calm down and focus. Because if you're trying to grow everything at once, nothing's going to grow. You got to start with one thing and one thing only, and actually make it a success. Once you build one successful business, it's a lot easier to build another successful business because you know how to do it. So the solution to this problem and this challenge is to create a vision of where you want your one company, your one business to be in a year, and then create micro goals and also milestones of what you need to hit in order to get it there. Because if you're waking up each day without an exact game plan of what you're trying to achieve, it's really easy to get taken off course, and it's really easy to listen to the narrative that's coming at you every single day saying you're not doing enough or you're not doing the right things. So knowing that you are sticking to and in alignment with your vision will help you focus on how you want to build your business. Tip number 4, most important thing I'm going to tell you today: systems, systems, systems. The only way to grow your business is to have everything in a systemized fashion. So what you want to do is you want to write everything down. Do you have the process for how you upload and send out an email newsletter each week? Or do you have the process written down of how you write a caption on Instagram? Those are little things, but everything should be written down in a process. So what we did in my business, and this is the solution to this problem, if you don't have systems or an infrastructure, the best place to start is just have everything documented in a Google Drive folder. So we created an internal course actually for anyone who comes on board and for each role, so that everything that they need to do is documented. And as people come on board, they do the same thing. So making sure that everything is broken down into an exact system that anybody could follow, because people leave, people get fired, people quit, people go on vacation, and you want to create a culture where that's possible. And so in order to do that, you have to have some sort of system in place that people can easily follow and make up for if someone is out of town. Oh, step number 5, I get asked about this all the time, and I'm certainly not the expert, but I've had to figure this out. So finances for me are always a struggle. I literally shut down as soon as people show me a spreadsheet or numbers. It's just not how my brain works. So what I've done is I used to do all the financial part of my business myself in the very beginning, and then I hired someone to help me with it, a bookkeeper and a very good accountant. And basically what we do is we now have a weekly spend and sales report, so we know exactly how much we're spending and how much we're profiting, and then we have our P&L every single month, so profit and loss sheet. So we know broken down by each category what's bringing in the most money, where are we losing the money, or what are our expenses, and we can actually measure and manage and make sure each month that we're on the right track and we have enough profit to sustain the business. The best book that I've read on this topic and that really made finances click for me in my business is called Profit First. I cannot recommend it enough. And I know that it's a bit of a controversial method for some people, but for me, it's worked really well in my business. And it makes you also realize that as the founder of the business, I'm sure there's some of you looking at this right now and watching this right now thinking, I don't even pay myself. You didn't get into being an entrepreneur to not make any sort of money. The reality is you did this so you could have your own freedom and create your own lifestyle. But so many times, and myself included, you give yourself the peanuts and the leftovers and you're not paying yourself anything. So you have to switch your mindset on that and realize that the business is based around you. So you have to be paying yourself first. And then if you can't pay the rest of your team or your expenses, you got to make cuts and you have to be a little more frugal in how you're spending your money. Number 6, hits the fan. Sure does. All the time. And the more you grow, the more will hit the fan. So you have to be prepared for that and understand you're going to screw up, you're going to fail, you're going to have issues that arise. And from my experience, the only solution to this problem is to take full accountability, even if it's not your role. If something happens within my team or something happens within my company, at the end of the day, I take accountability for it because I'm the one who's at the top and I'm the leader of it. So I have to figure out what's not working and ensure that it's going to be smoothed out in the future. But you, as the owner and the founder of your business, the fastest way to grow is to fail fast, learn faster, take full accountability so you can actually remedy the problem. The biggest cancer to any company is people blaming everyone else. So take accountability. Number 7, you need mentors. You really do. You have to find people who are beyond you in your business experience, and even in any other industries is really helpful to get a variety of business advice and mentorship to know how to grow your business in a way that's proven and sustainable and successful. Because if you're just surrounding yourself with people who have never done this before, it's gonna get really lonely and tough for you, because let me tell you that the more you grow, the more your mind will mess with you. So you have to have mentors around you that you can lean on, rely on, and ask questions and get guidance from. So my solution here is source out reliable, trustworthy people and ask friends and ask people in your industry, who do they talk to? I've asked a lot of, fellow entrepreneurs, who's your mentor? And also naturally built relationships with people through social media and found mentors that are virtual who don't even know I exist, but I read all of their books and I read all of their social posts and I gain information from there as well. But find people and surround yourself with people who know more than you do. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. Number 8, the biggest challenge is everything relies on you until it doesn't. So for a very long time, everything was reliant on me and my business. And one of the hardest things that I've gone through in the last year is letting go of control of a lot of different aspects. If you're going to grow your business, you have to understand that you can't control every little detail. So this is going to help you out so much. Let go of the things that you're not the best at and trust your team and build the right team and build the right people alongside you. And it will get taken care of, and they create their own boss role within your business. That's really how I've approached it, is that everyone is their own boss within my business. And number 9, competition and copycats. Both things will come up. I truly don't believe in competition because I think if you're doing everything your own way, no one is your competition. And if you're sticking to your own unique vision, there's a bunch of people who talk about YouTube, there's a bunch of people who teach it, but I'm not them, they're not me. So competition is a good thing, and copycats is another thing that will come up. As you grow, you will notice that people will bite your steez, people will do the same things as you, people will use the same branding as you, all of those things will come up, and you kind of just got to take it with a grain of salt. And for me at this point, I just take it as a huge compliment. It's not something that needs to affect you. And I would say that if you get to this place in your business where you're noticing a lot of these, it's really because your brain has switched into this scarcity mindset of, oh my gosh, that person's gonna be better than me or outgrow me, or that copycat is gonna build a bigger business than me. It's all just your mind playing tricks on you, especially when you get to a growth period in your business, because it's easy when you get to a new level to look backwards and think you're gonna go backwards and you're gonna slip backwards because it feels like you've come so far. Fully understand that. Again, if you can relate, let me know in the comments, or maybe I'm just crazy, I don't know. But I think it's really important. The biggest solution to this is something that I always say, it's stay in your own lane and focus on your own business, your own brand, your own products, your own services, your own customers, and build that squad that you have around you and build those relationships, because those people matter the most. So I really want to hear from you. What are some of the challenges that you've faced as an entrepreneur? Let's get real honest here. And in the comments below, I want you guys to talk back and forth and be honest about this. And if you want support from your fellow bosses and you want to speak to different people from all over the world who are doing this entrepreneurial thing, you can head over to the Be Your Own Boss Mastermind on Facebook. It's my Facebook group for entrepreneurs and bosses all over the world. And the reason I made it was to take away that isolation factor of feeling like you're doing this all on your own. I never anticipated my business would be in the place that it's in today. It can be scary, it can be really stressful, and I know from the outside in it looks like it maybe is perfect or easy all the time. It's not. And anyone who tells you that this is easy all the time is probably not telling you the truth. So I hope this was really helpful for you. Let me know what you think, and if you liked it, hit the like button below. Share it with a boss who needs to hear this today, and be sure to subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.